So I want to leave you with a quote, and this isn't from me, it's from Steve Jobs. And the reason I bring this quote up, and I'm going to read it to you in a minute, is that it's hard sometimes to see how our experiences and who we are make the plan for the next step. You know, I've never been a big fan of, let's make a strategic plan for 5 years. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Well, first of all, it's super scary because you don't really know where you're going to be in 5 years. The second thing I don't like about it is that it tends to sometimes self-limit ourselves. We aren't open to opportunities because we think we got to take this job and then this job and then this job. And we don't really see that sometimes it's kind of a weaving path. It isn't necessarily a straight line. So let me read this to you and then close with why I think this is so important. When we think about our own experiences, or as he calls them, our dots, we cannot possibly connect them if we only look forward, because those dots to the future aren't there. Those moments haven't occurred yet, but we can look back and know those dots, our experiences, that have helped us get to where we are now. And we can realize that they can help guide us as we go forward. And that is so important because I want you to all think about how proud you are of the things that have brought you where you are today. The very fact that you are here, whether you're a student, whether you're in the middle of your career, whether you're thinking about what you're going to do next, all of those are a part of you, and they are part of your value. They're a part of what you're going to take into that next step. So I wish you all the best for this conference. This conference is all about taking what you know, making the connections to move to that next step, and looking and thinking about how you're going to grow into the future. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Terry. That was a powerful and inspiring speech. I'm in love with Take Charge of the Future. I love that room. Thank you so much. Aren't you pumped up?
Yeah. Pumped up every day.
Small token of appreciation.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you very much. Thanks so much. And I will clear this off and get out of your way.
All I can say is I wish I'd met Terry 30 years ago. And you know what else I think is interesting about listening to her speak? Of course, she's so heavy into technology, right? Business technology. I'm in a totally different industry, business. But her message is very clear. Be bold, take chances, believe in yourself, and those transcend all industries. It's really a battle cry for women, I think, in general, especially these great young women we see here today. So please listen, because that was just such great messaging. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. So we'd like to do a little panel discussion right now, the adult panel discussion, and our moderator, we'd like to bring our moderator to the podium. Shirisha Mandava is the CIO of Green Path Financial Wellness, a nonprofit, national nonprofit focused on helping people lead financially healthy lives. And I'm going to go off script here for 1 second. When we in the media have an interview to do that, like we have a story on finance or a big economic issue that we need to deal with, we often turn to the people at Green Path. because we know one thing, they're always interested in the individual, the real people who come to them to serve them. So they're an awesome organization. So let's get back to Sarisha. She's passionate about using technology for business innovation. At Green Path, she's leading business transformation efforts using technology to improve client, partner, and employee experience. Outside of work, she and her husband run a nonprofit to serve underprivileged children in India. In the local Michigan community, she mentors young technology professionals as well as high school students for college prep and career choices. Sarisha holds a master's degree in business administration from the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan and a bachelor's degree of electrical and electronics engineering from BITS, India. We'd like to welcome Sarisha to the stage.
Thank you, Mary. What a wonderful event. Actually, the moment I entered, it was a treat to my eyes. All the colors and the traditions represented here. So I am so happy to be here, and I'm also very passionate about the theme, innovation and technology for gender equality and through economic empowerment. So I am a questioner. I don't know how many of you are. After hearing that really motivating keynote, I have so many questions in my mind. And I'm sure you all have some questions too. So this panel discussion is to bring some incredible women up here and actually ask them those questions. Hopefully I will ask some of the questions that are on your mind. And please keep your questions because we'll have some time for audience questions too. So without further ado, let's welcome the three incredible women. So first, I want to invite Grace Lee. Grace Lee is the CEO and president of Ashford Connects LLC, an executive search and staff augmentation firm. She's also amongst the board of directors for Asia Pacific American Chamber of Commerce, APACC. And prior to founding Ashford Connects, Grace was a co-founder and CFO of Logic Solutions, Inc., a global web technology company that provides technology solutions and services for businesses across the United States and Asia. Logic Solutions has over 250 employees globally and was one of the winners of State of Michigan's top 20 companies to watch in 2010. There's a little bit more about Grace. In addition, Grace serves as the treasurer for Asia Pacific Islander American Chamber of Commerce and Entrepreneurship in Washington, D.C., treasurer for Global Detroit Board of Director on Oakland Tribe, and members of International Women's Forum. She served as a commissioner on the White House Initiative on Asian American and Pacific Islanders, commissioner at the Michigan Asian Pacific American Affairs Commission, and chair of the board of Asian Pacific American Chamber of Commerce, Board of Directors of Michigan. Grace was recognized by Crain's Detroit as one of the top 100 most influential women in Michigan in 2021. She received the MIT Enterprise Forum Excellence Award in 2012, as well as the Diversity Award from Corp Magazine in 2008. Welcome, Grace. Next, I would like to invite Vaishali Bhatt. Vaishali Bhatt currently serves as the Assistant Vice President and Tech Executive at the Hartford Insurance Group, a premier provider of property and casualty insurance in Europe and the US. Vaishali spearheads various pivotal initiatives such as platform transformations across the enterprise, cloud resiliency, recovery, and cyber defense strategies, spanning diverse business sectors. As a tech strategist, Vaishali excels in technology overhauls, change management, starting new initiatives, and scaling them as enterprise-wide movements. Vaishali has been recognized by Stanford Graduate School of Business as lead scholar. As a seasoned public speaker, Vaishali often leads community events with her insights. She has penned various articles on technology and lifestyle. She exhibits flair for music as a lead vocalist, having showcased her talent across North America. Welcome, Vaishali. Okay, last but not least, I'd like to welcome Gunjan Singh. She is the Vice President, Intelligent Cockpit Platforms and Product Delivery, Intelligent Cockpit Business Unit at Harman International, and is located in Novi, Michigan. She's responsible for developing, integrating, and delivering latest automotive infotainment, ADAS clusters, security, connectivity, and cloud technologies in compute platforms and delivering to the customers worldwide. So prior to this, she was Vice President, Customer Program Management for General Motors account. And in this role, she has launched Harman's Android-based infotainment products to GM's 2020 model year vehicles. Gunjan also has held several engineering leadership roles in R&D, working in connectivity and multimedia domains, managing global teams. Gunjan has Masters of Technology degree from IIT Roorkee, India, in control systems. And after graduation, she worked in India as design engineer for one of the leading industrial automation company and moved to US in January 2000 with her family. She has 2 daughters, 24 and 18, and a husband who's very supportive of her career and personal choices. She enjoys travel, books, socializing with friends, volunteering, coaching, mentoring, listening to music. She was a Harman Women's Network Novi chapter lead for past several years and is passionate about mentoring and growing females to leadership roles through this network. She also mentors, coaches, and judges STEM-related topics for middle and high school students. She is recipient of 2021 STEM Award winner for Women Worth Watching in STEM, and profiled in Diversity Journal and was featured in Equal Opportunity Publications Minority Engineer magazine in spring 2020. Ooh, lots of accomplishments. So welcome, So thank you for taking your time. And if you don't mind, I'm going to stand here so I can see all of you. So of the questions, so the first question we want to pose, and this, I'm going to start with Vaishali. Okay. So innovation and technology for gender equality. What does this mean to you?
I think we can all relate to stories, and as Terry suggested, and first of all, it was a very, very inspiring speech, so thank you so much, and very glad to hear from a fellow ADSer. So I'll start with my own story. In late 90s, when I first wanted to come to US, I had finished my computer science. I have master's in physics, but computer science was my passion. So when I first went to a US consulate in India, I was the only woman standing there for H-1 visa. So that was first proof for me how technology empowers and how technology can get you a seat at the table. Since then, I have always brought my own chair in every discussion. There have been, for years and years and years, there have been numerous occasions where I was alone. I was the only female in a conference room. and I learned to become comfortable with it. Now, I would differentiate women in STEM slightly from women of STEM. Those who learn technology, those women who learn technology, science, math, I consider them women of STEM. Versus, as Terry was saying, women in STEM are almost everybody. Even a passionate cook, a passionate mom who makes videos and puts them on YouTube. She is using technology. Some time back, I met a banker. She used to work for a bank, and then she decided she wanted to pursue something new because she saw a gap, that there was no way for investment management for young professionals under 30. So she started a software company, and she started working with other technology professionals, and she started her own business. So in short, I think for me, technology means getting your own seat at the table, building your own future, and writing your own destiny. As technology is an emerging field, it's a changing field, we always have an opportunity to get the next train. Which is the next technology train leaving the station? Board that train, get your own chair. That's what it means to me. Second thing, innovation requires inclusion. It requires diversity of ideas. And each one of you, look at the diversity we had on stage when we started this event. That diversity brings more innovation. And that's why we are important to everybody. So that's one more reason to get your seat at the table. Bring your own chair. You empower innovation. That's what it means to me.
That's awesome. Be in control. Bring your own chair. Love it, Vaishali. So our next question is for Grace. What is the biggest issue women in tech or business are facing today?
Before I answer the questions, I want to share with you some statistics. In 2021, there's about 35% of the students are in STEM field. Out of them, probably 50% of the life science are females. Only about 19 to 21% is in the computer fields. And once you enter into the workforce, 28% versus 72% of the workforce are women. As a result, the overall management, 42% of management are women. But when you move up, the C-suite leadership is only about 25 to 28%. And in 2023, that's only about 10.6% of the CEOs are women. So you can see the problem, the root cause is we still are very underrepresented, probably from the low level, from the school. As a result of that, it becomes a circle. Because we have a low number of enrollments in the school as STEM students, when we enter into the workforce, then the challenges is the women, they don't have a ways to find other ways to promote. They don't have the mentorship. And then there's a gap on the salaries. And then sometimes people get discouraged and they don't enter into the STEM course study. And then we become the circle. So I think right now our challenge is how do we break that circle? How do we encourage women to be enrolled in the STEM fields? And how do we help each other, or for the people who we are in the STEM field, to encourage people and to mentoring them to go to the next stage.
Thank you, Grace. But definitely still a minority at the C level. And yeah, we need to encourage each other and support each other. Thank you. Well, the next question is for you, Gunjan. Why do we need more women in leadership? And what progress have you seen on gender equality in life and work?
Great question, and it just builds upon what Grace was mentioning. Well, before I answer this, I would really like to say thanks to Terry. Terry, you came with your keynote speech, and you said whatever you're going to speak is going to resonate with each and every one of you. And I was just thinking, how is it possible? We are sitting here, we're coming from different backgrounds, and yet it did. When you were saying, each and every single word felt like my own story, right? There were the messages that you gave, but they're very subtle messages that you also gave, which I hope through this panel discussion we can just double down upon. So the question, Sirisha, that you're asking is, how can we see more representation? Why do we need more people in the leadership role, right? And it will fall into 3 or 4 or 5 categories. Number one is, look at us, we are 50% of the population, right? And we should be in the decision making at the higher ups. Our perspectives, our opinions, how we think our products should be representative of who we are. If we are not there, somebody else is making the judgment calls on our behalf. Wouldn't we want we to be there so that we are saying our own story? That's number one, right? Number two is, the role model. So I see a lot of young people out there. When you see somebody like you, one of your own types there, you always feel that, hey, if she can be there, I can be there, right? So it's very important that we have the people as a role model be there so that to encourage. Now, Grace was giving a lot of good statistics. Our funnel is constricted at the beginning, and it becomes more and more constricted as we go at the top. So being a role model there, is extremely important. Then also comes, there are McKinsey. I know, Grace, you were talking about, Terry, you were talking about the McKinsey reports. I do read upon a lot of those as well. And there are reports that they say that there is a financial gain to the organization who have female in the C-suite position. This is not something, a feel-good thing. This is proven. Why that happens is because maybe they're a different way of working, maybe they're more compassionate, maybe their inclusivity, real reason not known, but it is known that when you have women in your C-suite positions, you are more profitable, you have more financial gains than the ones which don't have, right? And then the final and the last thing is that there is, with females, it is seen that there is more like an ethical responsibility, right? They bring in more fairness. And what it does is, when you have more fairness, it really gives more creativity to the team. They feel more at ease. And so people work together more. So these are some of the reasons that I think you need women at those higher up roles, which we don't have, and we really have to work hard to be there. And the second was what progress we have seen. I have to tell you this, there are 2 aspects of it. You specifically said life and work, and thank you for differentiating. What I've personally seen, and it's my personal opinion, I may be wrong, but what I've seen in life, I've seen progress, right? I've seen the roles are blurring. It's no longer that, the females are the homemakers. I'm seeing both the spouses and the partners, they are saying, okay, if this is what you want, let's see how we can make it work together. So there are more open dialogues that are happening within the field. A lot of guys here that please continue those discussions with your, with your partners and spouses and your wives, right? So I'm seeing a lot of progress there. The child care is no longer responsibility. The homemaking is no longer responsibility. So equal burden is shared between the 2, and this is how it should be. Work is a little bit different. Work, I will say, at the middle management, there's more acceptance. It doesn't really matter. You're a male, female. If you're a manager, it's blind, right? It's okay. You're a good person, good manager. You're good. Really, when you go to the C-suite, the ceiling is still there. The glass ceiling is still there, right? And supposing you are able to break that glass ceiling and reach there, if we are human, we work on the patterns. And if you are something, I don't know, you are female, I don't know how to see you because I don't understand this pattern, right? And so then what happens is when you don't understand, there's always a question mark, right? There will be there will be more, what you are saying, you may have to repeat 2 times. And as Terry was saying, maybe you have to find the right opportunity, right audience, right? You have to build up your support system to express your view. So it is much, much more harder, even if you are able to go there, but to sustain it. And there is report out there, there are the C-suite, female leaders are quitting. Why are they quitting? It is because of this, right? But doesn't mean that we have to stop. We have to, we have to make sure that we say our story again and again. We stand firm. So I would say in work, I've seen progress at the middle, but not so much at the higher level.
Okay, that's a very candid answer. Thank you. So the next question, I'm going to ask all of you. So think about your answer. How do you empower yourself and the women around you? And how can women support each other and stand in solidarity with each other? And let's start with Vaishali.
So I'll pick up on your last point. At the top level, we don't see that those many women. So I would like to start with one non-profit organization that I'm part of. It's called T200, and there were women CIOs, like 8 or 9 of them, friends, who came together to start this organization. One of them had some challenge, and other female friends, female CIO friends were helping her, and that's why they thought, if we can help each other, why can't we build this as an organization? So they started with top 200 women CIOs, and it's both sides of Atlantic, North America and Europe, and so that's one way we have started this movement. How can we bring more women in top leadership roles? Now, what do we do? How do we empower? We have found our stories resonating with each other. When we hear other female CIOs talking about their struggle, we feel we are not alone. If they have reached this point, I can go there too, just like what you were saying. So I think empowering means first of all, if you have other female leaders in your organization, make connections, listen to them, be constantly curious, because that opens doors for more learning. Resilient. We will always face difficulties. And I have been in situations where if I go and sit in the room, they will automatically assume, oh, she's the project manager for this project. Once I start talking, then they know that she's more technical. She is more technical than a project manager. It must be something else. Then when I send email and if I write my designation, then they realize that, okay, she is coming from a place of dominance. So we have to constantly prove ourselves to others that I am capable of doing this, but don't give up on that. So I think we have to be resilient, we have to be constantly curious, we have to constantly learn, and we have to look upon others who have succeeded and constantly build that network so that we can get there. And I think that's empowering in my mind.
It is so true, right? There is this implicit bias that the woman in the meeting is there to take notes. Yeah. So yeah, let us recognize other women and elevate them for who they are and what they're bringing. So thank you, Vaishali. Grace.
I think we should help each other. I have a friend. She was the CIO for the Rocket Center. She always say, reach 1 level up and 2 level down. Because you have to, when you're doing an appropriation, you have to see what the whole project is purpose for. You have to see from the top point of view and help, to see from that level. And then you have to help the people to level down, to bring them up. But recently I read a book that's even more dropped. It's like you have to help 3-6. We have to help each other. And so whenever we have like intentionally to helping the women or the minorities. For example, I think as Asians, sometimes we tend to be more, we don't speak at the meetings. And then, by the time we want to speak, somebody else said, well, the meeting is over. So during the meeting, I will purposely point out, asking people to give them the opportunity to express themselves. You have to help them bring them the level up and also give them the opportunity to show what they do. And then I think for me, I'm still pretty introvert. I was serving on the board as a Michigan minority supplier of diversities. And one time at the board meeting, I was a little bit late. So when I go in, pretty standard, I was sitting in the back. And then the chair at that time was Michelle Robinson. She said, Grace, get in the table. And then that time I started to feel like I belong there. And then we have to help each other when we see that kind of situation. How are we going to help other women? How are we going to empower them? Let them know they should be sitting on table. And then we have to change our mindset that we don't sit in the back. We deserve to be on the table. So that's how we help each other. So my story is similar. First, I would just go with how I empower others, and then I'll come to how I empower myself. So my work takes me to all different places. I have teams all over the globe. And when we go there, we do what we call as an all-hands meeting. That means it will be meeting like this, and all the employees that work in that site, they will come there, and then we will present our strategy and whatnot. And what I normally do is in all those sittings, I see the females would always find a corner place, the back seats, and the guys, just the question guys will always come and sit at the front. And then I always ask the females to come, and I ask respectfully those guys to go and stand at the back, right? This is the first thing that I do. And then I see they're there, they're nervous, they're looking here, they're looking there, and then I look at them into the eyes and I said, well, do you have any question to ask, right? And then initially I saw the hesitation, but then I saw them opening up, right? And so we have to keep doing this again and again. Then I also bring, when the leaders are traveling with me, like the CEOs and the CFOs and all those, I would have a roundtable discussion so that the voice of the females can be heard. I said, if so much power is there, I would bring these. So what I do is that whatever little I can do with my influence that I have, I would try to connect the dots. Right? That's what I try to do, for empowering the others. Also, the funnel that we spoke about, so we hire engineers, and I had specifically asked my recruitment team that show me the resumes, and I would like to see 50% female and 50% male. I know it's hard to find the female, but when you put something on my table, I want to see 50% female and 50% male, and after that we'll see what is next, right? Who stays? It will be competitive. We are not gonna really give preference one or the other, but I want 50%. So with that in mind, with that direction given, they do understand where I want to be, and they follow that instruction. So I think whatever is possible for us, we should use that opportunity to really develop and grow and bring more females and really encourage them. So this is what I do to empower, and what empowers me is really looking at all of you, the room like this, and I would just say in the last decade of my career. So I have, I've achieved whatever I had, and, maybe I'll go next step, maybe I'll not, I don't know. But I see as my responsibility to do something. That urgency is really increasing day by day. If I don't use the power today, then when will I do it? So that is what really empowers me as a sense of urgency to do something.
So much passion. Thank you. Well, believe it or not, we are closing in on time. So I'm going to ask one more question that I would like each one of you to answer. And that is, we have a lot of young women in the audience today. So what advice would you give to young women thinking about their careers in tech or business? And let's start with you, Gunjan.
Thank you. Great question. So I would just say to the young woman, show up, right? There is nothing you cannot do, right? And then be very comfortable in your skin. Usually, when you go into the workplace, you are told, oh, you have to dress up a certain way, you have to behave a certain way, you should there are certain norms that I would just say were set up when it was fully male dominated, but you don't have to follow the norms. There is no relation between how you look and your brains, right? But at the same time, be on top of your game, study hard, right? Make your fundamentals very, very strong so that when you speak up, it doesn't matter how you look like, people know that you know your material, people know that you know your subject. So you have to work hard and you have to show up. It doesn't matter. Sometimes there are times when we know that, hey, nobody's going to support your ideas, still you show up in your meeting, right? You show up, you present your ideas even though you know that everybody will oppose the idea. To the young people, it's not that hard. Just show up and then keep on making, your whatever you are and making sure that you become, good at it. And that's it. Just showing up and really knowing your field. These are the two things, right? And be very comfortable. Don't think about others. Be comfortable in your skin, how you look. You can look very pretty. You can really dress very feminine and go to work. You don't have to dress up in pants, right? and the only thing is that, and that's where it will start breaking the ideas that were formed, right? They will start associating a dress with their brains, and we have to do that. We have to purposefully do that. So to the young people, don't be afraid. I was there once sitting like you, and just showing up. I am here where I am. So thank you.
So show up and know your stuff.
Every time you hear a no, take that as next challenge to break the next barrier. Because we will hear more no's than yeses. Not just because we are women, and as we start rising up, we will hear more no. But take this as a boost of energy to break the next barrier. Make connections. Don't take things for granted. Every opportunity is important. And I think every challenge is an opportunity. Find something new out of it. Look for mentors. There are always people ready to help. So look for mentors on both sides, male and female. Look for mentors, study hard, play hard, and work hard. Because certain basics are important. We have to, as Grace was saying, we have to show up. We have to be fully prepared all the time. And that will give us confidence to break the next glass ceiling.
Thank you.
I think those are all good advice, And then plus, Terry, I'm not sure what else I can say, but when we prepare for these questions, my answer was get out your comfort zone, just like what Terry said. And don't be afraid of failure. That's what makes us stronger. We learn from what we're not supposed to do, and we learn what not to repeat the same mistake. And also don't let other people tell you what you can or cannot do. And the most important thing, don't let yourself stop what you can do. I think, when we grow up, we say, my family, when I look at my family thing, all my cousins are engineers. And all the females are now on the STEM field. So initially I was like, I'm going to try to break that. And I got into chemistry on my college. And guess what? I dropped out in junior high. That time it didn't look good. But then when I got into the technical field, I found out what I learned during that time, the process, the thoughts, that helped me when I was started a technical company with my company. So never think about what your failures, maybe it was difficult at the time. But in the long run, when you look back, just like what Steve Jobs says, you connect the dots. You never know what's going to lead into. And just take every opportunities to learn and to learn and grow.
Thank you. That was so inspiring. So what questions do you have? Any audience questions? There, back, yes, yes.
First of all, thank you so much. All of you were very powerful answers and very inspiring and glad to be here. My name is Sirisha Malla. I'm a digital technology leader at GE. I just have one question. I think it goes with many things that all of you mentioned. I want you, any one of you can give me an example where when you felt saturated at your workplace and then you know that you can contribute and do more. Vaishali, you mentioned that bring your own chair, right? But sometimes bringing your own chair may not be the one. Do you have anybody that sponsored you, championed you, or how did you go about anything? I said Vaishali because she kept saying that I love that thing, control yourself, be your own champion, but I also want to know anything else that helped you to break that saturation and then prepare yourself for next time.
Yes, I have felt saturated a lot of times that, okay, I know everything, I have done everything in this job, this role, where do I go next? And it's very important to find mentors and sponsors because they can help you navigate your path to take you to the next level. So that's why it's important to have mentors, and that's why it's important to have network of like-minded people. It doesn't have to be male or female, but it's very, very crucial.
I think we all have felt like that at one point in our career. I'll give you my own story, and maybe it can help a little bit. So there was a point where I would just get promotions because I was doing okay, well, and then I would be selected, and they just kept on coming. And so there was a time when I was a senior director, and the next level up is a vice president, right? And there was a position will open because somebody had left, and I thought they're gonna come, and I'm just sitting there and I said, oh, Kunjan, you have done so well. I would want you to be nominated. Guess what happened? The position opened for a day and it closed within a day, right? There was already somebody selected, it was already somebody talked about, and the position was offered, and it never came to me, and it was not even, disclosed in whatever, the organization's web portal and whatnot. And I was very shocked. I thought something like that, they would come and approach me because that's how it had worked in the past. So I got very upset. I got to the president. I said, well, how is it even possible? At least when you open, give me a chance to interview, present my story, right? And then they told me something that really opened my eyes. Now, Kunjan, we are talking like a pyramid, right? There are more and better, maybe, people around you, and they're already presenting their stories. You are too late in the game. And it is not pyramid. There are too many people and only one position. So you really have to start early. It doesn't happen when the position opens. It happens way early on, right? And that really opened up my mind. And since then, what I started, not everybody will get the sponsors, not every mentors you can, but mentors can only help you that much. Sponsors are the one who have a voice in the room, can vouch for you. So not everybody gets lucky to get the sponsors. But if you don't get the sponsors, don't give up. So then what I did was, the people of importance, I started having meeting with them once quarterly. I started telling them, which then you spoke about selling, it was selling myself, right? What can I do? What can I bring? And I started doing that. So when an opportunity did come up, almost everybody knew about me. So there was one name, somebody had to propose a name, and everybody said, yeah, I know she has done this work. And then the second person will say, oh yeah, I know she has done this as well. So by doing this, there were more supporters of it. So this so I think this worked for me, and of course I was offered, and then that's what helped me. So you have to do the work, and you have to sell what you have done in the organizations. I think it is very important.
Thank you. Really.
Thank you. Let's give it up to our...
One thing I would say, I really like that women as a woman. I personally also had to really push myself to do it, sell ourselves. We don't do that enough with the humility, and then we tend to be humble in the room. Thanks for highlighting that part.
Thank you. Thank you for asking the question. And
I have one more. This is my personal question.
okay.
Gunjan, we are 50% of the population, right? So I'm coming from the other 50%. How can we inspire male advocate for women? Because we need to equally partner, right? They're living on the same world, so.
So Veena, to answer your question, how can we have, often what I found in the organization, there is something we all carry as implicit biases, unconscious biases, what name you want to give it, right? And we have to understand, it's not the other side doesn't want to support, they just don't know what challenges we are facing. So oftentimes what I've done in my organization, I've held these sessions with the implicit biases. I have had the speakers come out, I have them take the test. By the way, this test is all available. I think it's from MIT. You all can go and take the test on your own. You will be surprised at the results. It's a free test, okay? So I would encourage all of you to go and take the test. So, but then I have brought the speakers and I have made sure the male, the leadership team, they participate in it. My own leadership team, which is highly male, I bring them into the room and take them through the course. And after coming out, they're surprised and shocked at their own biases. So I think we have to do that. Not only we have to tell the females to just show up, but also the male, how can we make them more aware of the biases and the things that are going on there. So this is what I do. I'm sure there are other ideas as well.
Thank you panel and moderator. And a big hand for Sirisha Mandava, Vaishali Bhatt, Grace Lee, and Gunjan Singh for getting us out of our seats, out of our comfort zone, and doing new things. So, very good follow-up of our keynote speech. Can't wait to hear our youth continue on this topic. Thank you so much. And we invite Manisha, we invite Meena Parekh and Kalpana Chokshi, board members, to present a small token. So if you may just line up in front so it looks good on pictures. Very, very informative. And I love bring your own seat. Excellent, excellent advice. We now move on to our youth panel discussion, and we'd like to bring up our moderator for the youth panel. Anuya Shetty is a senior at Canton High School. She's part of the Plymouth Canton Education Park High School Radio 88.1, the Park, Yay Radio. She's been there 4 years and she's the current program director. So we'd like to welcome her to the stage. And Anuya, before we get started, let me I just noticed on my notes here, a little word of advice. You need to pay attention to this youth panel because the Jeopardy game, right, is going to be based on this discussion. So there will be a test.
Hello everyone. I'm a little bit nervous. It's been a while since I've spoken in front of this many people, so bear with me. But as Marie said, I'm Anuya. I'm a senior in high school, and I am just so excited to be moderating this youth segment. I think it's really important that when we're discussing technology, we discuss the group that's going to be experiencing and dealing with the future of technology. And so I just want to get into introducing our panel so we can get right into this discussion. So first we have Pranavi Anavarapu. She's a freshman at Novi High School. Next we have Jenny Lee, a sophomore at Gina L. Clyde Utica Academy for International Studies. Next we have Mona Pandit, a junior at Salem High School. And then finally, we have Anika Sahasha, a junior at Plymouth High School. And then we also have Sharon Park. She's going to be helping with our Jeopardy game. All right. So getting right into this panel, because we have some really important discussions. As you all know, this year's topic for our IWD event is technology and women in tech. So panelists, as students, what impacts have you seen technology have in the school environment?
Yeah, I can start off. Obviously, when we think of technology in school, we think of all the opportunities that technology gives us. Not only do we have resources for education in the classroom, but now we can extend that to at home on our devices, like our computers, our laptops, our iPads, our phones. We can do that and use apps to like study, or there's hundreds and thousands of ways that you can expand on your education and create a more personalized way to learn just through technology.
Yeah, I agree with Mona, and something that's really important about technology in school is the way it can help you expand on not only like the resources you use in your education, but the skills you have. Because one thing that technology can do is it creates new skills. Some of you might know that it's hard to use technology if you're not aware of how it works. And by the increased use of technology in schools, even at a young age, it really creates this technological awareness that will expand as you get older. And while there are some cons to using technology, like there's been a decrease in like spelling and grammar proficiency seen in younger children, there's also an increase in other skills such as organization with all your files that you have to manage and the apps, or hand-eye coordination that comes from even playing video games or just clicking around your computer.
Yeah, and for people who don't have resources, as many resources that other people do, like for example, people with disabilities, technology makes it so much accessible for them. For example, like you can communicate with people more if you have disabilities, like text-to-screen or on-screen readers.
Yeah, I agree with you too. And I just wanted to bring up, obviously with technology, there's also been a couple of health concerning things that come with technology, like using technology in school because there's a lot of assignments on technology. There's been a lot of, sorry, my bad. Okay, there's been a lot of sleep disruptions because of blue light when people use technology on their, for their assignments. And also, there's been access to technology is not uniform, which results in not everyone having access to the same resources. And there's also been a lot of mental health issues because people have anxiety from using technology sometimes, and sometimes the stress of submitting assignments sometimes can result in depression as well.
Yeah, and our really goal for our panel is to really talk about technology and its impacts. And obviously we can't get rid of technology. It is constantly evolving and it will always be present in our lives. But we really want to highlight some of, there's a big debate on how much technology should have an influence in school. And circling back to some of the points Anika in front of you were making of there are downsides, right? We do know that technology gives us a lot of opportunities, but there can be that lack of hand-eye coordination that studies have shown, handwriting kind of connects through your brain by the movement, and writing connects to the memory, and typing does not give that same effect. So there's definitely downsides, and we have to find ways that we can overcome that and address it in a way that we can move forward with that.
Speaking on physical and mental health, I think technology and social media also helps with that. Like for example, there's sites and websites and call sites that can help you. Like if you have a mental health problem and you really need to speak to someone, but you don't have as many resources or money to get a physical therapist or just a therapist in general, you can go online and ask for help as well. So I think technology is a good thing for mental health as well, even though it does have some conflicts with it, we still can get help from it.
I wanted to add on to that too. There's also different, if you're not able to meet your doctor, for example, there's so many advancements where you can schedule online appointments with a doctor, or you can even go to counseling if that's like needed and you can't reach your doctor.
I have a bit of a follow-up question. We've talked a lot about technology, but kind of steering back to our main topic of technology in schools. AI is a big thing. I know that a lot of people know about ChatGPT and using ChatGPT to write essays, how people worry that college students might not be able to hold up. But guys, as students, you guys are the ones that are firsthand experiencing, right? We're the ones that are using it. Do you see AI as an obstacle, or do you see it as something that you think people have to look at a different way?
So personally, I think it depends on how you utilize AI. Because writing an essay that is entirely made by AI and claiming it's yours is a problem, and you're not going to get the skills that come with writing and formulating this essay and making sure the grammar and the spelling and everything is correct. But maybe using it to provide an outline or structure could be helpful. So it really just depends on how you want to use the AI and making sure you're not overstepping the bounds that kind of leads to a type of plagiarism or like manipulation.
Adding on to that, if we talk about AI, we obviously know, like mentioned, that there is a lot of cheating with AI, but another problem that comes up with that is that there are a lot of AI detector websites that a lot of administrators or teachers use, and they're often incorrect as well. So they flag students for using AI, and they can get into serious trouble at the university level when their degree is on the line that they were plagiarizing. So there's that kind of two-sided issue that we see. And like Anika said, we want to use technology as a resource for us, as a tool to be more efficient and expand on what we as humans can do. But that doesn't take away from getting the benefits of education in general. And we are going to school, we want to gain the knowledge and get the effects of education that we get by participating.
There's a way to use AI, I think, as an efficient tool. In my experience in my school, we're allowed to use it as kind of a search engine, kind of like Google or Bing. So if you look on Google or websites like that, it's kind of hard to find websites or research papers that are specifically targeted towards the question that you have. But with AI, they bring up websites and topics that you really should focus on. So I think, for example, if you're trying to write an essay, I think it'd be useful to write like a table of contents for you. So you can use those to touch up on things you want to say.
Yeah, going back to Mona's point, like my school, they use AI detecting things, so you can't like write your essay on AI, but I also agree with Jenny where AI can be used as a helper tool where you can write a table of contents, or if you're like looking for a specific point that you can't find on Google, you can also use AI to find specific things that you need. And I definitely think that AI is a really good advancement in our society because it really shows how far technology has gone so far.
Yeah, I think just to summarize, we really think that AI should be used as a tool, kind of like Jenny said, kind of like Google or any search engine, since now in researching, using online resources and search engines is a big part of our essay writing in general or researching for presentations. Like we often have like designated classes just to learn how to use the internet in a way to find research and resources. So definitely AI can be a substitute for Google or any more educational resources that you can use in school, but we definitely don't want to see that plagiarism, which is also not allowed when we see that from Google too. So kind of applies to all internet resources.
Now, before we go on to our next topic, I just want to make sure, if you're in the back, can you hear everyone well? Okay, good. We're making important points, so we want to make sure everyone hears. Okay, now we're going to go on to our next topic. Social media. It's become bigger and bigger. I mean, everyone's on social media nowadays. Panelists, as youth who are kind of the bigger population that use social media, how have you seen it evolve over the years? How the use of it has evolved?
Okay, I'll start. So when I was little, technology was like iPads and TV, and that was about all I used. And I would watch like Dora on the TV, and I would play games and like Minecraft. But now technology has evolved to a place where social media is so widely used. Like, for example, I do dance and I teach younger children sometimes, like I help out. And I meet like 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds who are on social media. And it's a little bit astounding to me that this is kind of how technology has evolved. But with like social media comes a greater like capability for communication, and you're really able to meet people from all over the world, and it provides opportunities to learn from others that you might like and get perspectives that you might not have gotten if you were just to stay in your local in-person like friend circle or something like that.
And building on to that, Anika was talking really about communication. We definitely see pros in that, but it's also important to address downsides that we can see in social media. Everyone in the crowd can probably think of a number of ways that social media can be bad, obviously, but we do want to make sure we're addressing both sides so we can really make sure in the future we create a better environment for technology. That's the goal. But bringing up that kind of downside is with that increased communication, people can kind of hide behind their screens when you're looking at social media, and that increases bullying, and the term is cyberbullying that we often hear in schools when we have presentations about it. Or also there's a term called cyber victimization, where you're just being bullied or outliered on the internet. So that's definitely an issue that we see on social media, but there are steps that we see being implemented as social media is constantly evolving. We see reporting features where you can report someone for being hateful, or seeing someone who isn't really using social media appropriately. You can definitely make those new steps that are coming up, these new features.
Building on to Rona's point, bullying definitely comes from a bunch of people. They take themselves and they express themselves over social media, because I really think that social media is a place where youth, especially youth people, can express themselves freely. And I think that bullying comes when certain people judge how other people express themselves. And I sing and I dance, so I use social media as a way to connect with other people who love singing and I love dancing. And I definitely think there's communities where you can connect with other people, because if you express yourself over social media, you can definitely find places and people and communities online that also share the same interest. And it's sad to see that a lot of youth especially are going into depression, because there's so many negative comments that youth get from being bullied online for being themselves, and I think that's an important part to bring up.
To add on to that, there's also people who use social media platforms to be active. For example, like during the ongoing war right now, I'm sure many of you know, like the Ukraine versus Russia war, people use those apps like, I think Instagram, for example, there's independent journalists or news hosts that'll use those apps to give real-time information or updates on the war. For example, if you're a victim and you're getting you know, you need a safe place for shelter, then they can give information about that or escape routes, etc.
Yeah, and I just have like a couple of questions. We've talked a lot about communication with social media and how important social media is for communication. And recently, if you've been watching the news, you know that there's a TikTok ban that is currently working through legislation. It just passed the Senate, I believe. It's going to the House. And we have some amazing youth up here, so I want to get their perspective on what do you think of this process that's happening of banning TikTok?
Yeah, I could start off. Obviously, we see through legislation there's a problem with TikTok being foreignly owned. But if we talk about or think about the history of social media, TikTok is really in the issues that we see in the community. If we start off kind of before TikTok's time, we have Facebook, and that sort of progressed to Instagram, and then there was a short period of an app called Musical.ly that was before TikTok started. So whether TikTok is banned or not, that's more of the way it's owned and the problems with foreign interactions. But either way, TikTok and the idea of that platform of social media go away. And if TikTok is removed from our nation or our country, there's going to be a replacement that's going to happen, which is something I believe. So if TikTok is removed, then a new app will come, and we see these like trends of certain apps or certain platforms that rise up and become popular, and that's what I think will happen if TikTok is banned in the future.
Yeah, TikTok at first, before TikTok, there was Musical.ly, and now Musical.ly is banned. But how I came across TikTok was during the pandemic, when everyone wanted to have connections or see some human faces. They talked to me about it. They were like, "Hey, TikTok is a really good platform. I mean, I love the videos there. It used to be a dancing site, but I think if there ever comes a replacement app, it's gonna take a little bit of a long time to come, and we might probably go back to YouTube or Facebook or Instagram like that."
I was actually talking to my friends the other day about this specific topic, and I think I wanted to bring up the point that there's creators on TikTok that solely use TikTok as a way to get their money income, and with TikTok getting banned, I feel that the people who get money from TikTok, they're also getting impacted. So their main source of income is getting taken away, and I feel like that for the younger generations especially, that takes away from them. But because there's so many other platforms, I feel like they'll not get impacted as much. But I also want to bring up that TikTok is very addicting, and there's a lot of people, I would say, that scroll for hours on TikTok on end. So
Yeah, and I agree with Pranavi, and one of the things she was talking about is how some people on TikTok get their source of income from there, but there's another kind of topic on TikTok that is like organizations can help grow funding and grow followership on TikTok. And with the banning of TikTok, because it's just so big, it's such a huge social media platform, and Instagram and Facebook, they're huge, but not in the same way that TikTok is. They're not mainly known for like watching videos. And because of this, you're gonna see a fall in like these organizations, and it's really gonna negatively affect some of them.
Do you have more to add? I just wanted to add on to what Amika was saying, that TikTok is a way to commercialize, and really the unique part about TikTok is that really anyone can grow to fame or rise to fame very quickly. In some other platforms like YouTube or Instagram, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of marketing to grow a following and be able to establish yourself online. But TikTok has a way through their algorithm that anyone has a chance to the term is go viral or be able to become more famous or gain a following or get more marketing or business, or we were talking about GoFundMes and creating more awareness for wars, like, for example, the war in Gaza. There's been a lot of TikTok sounds and videos of where you can interact with those videos, and just by interacting, it raises money through interacting with those creators, and that money they donate to the war or to the cause that they're trying to raise. So we see a lot of not only downsides, but we also see ways that we can create a community and create a platform where we can promote causes we care about or businesses we care about or businesses we want to promote.
Yeah, and I would love to have some people ask some questions to the youth panel, but for the sake of please come up. I'd love to answer questions and kind of get everyone's input. So we do have a question that we wanted to ask our keynote speaker who was talking earlier. I don't know where she is. Did she leave? Okay, never mind then. Then I guess we will move on to the Jeopardy segment, but we do first have some...
Just a small thank you. Wow, future. Thank you all. Thanks to moderation, Mona Pandit, Anika, Sahasya, Pradavi, and Annavarpu, Jion Lee. And I'd also like to call on stage Sharon Park, who's going to be a Jeopardy lead. So Sharon Park, if you can come also on stage, and request Shweta Alberta to present their script of appreciation.
Thank you, everyone. Right now, our youth panelists are going to actually be our team leaders for this Jeopardy game. So we are going to get into our Jeopardy game. I do hope that you're paying attention because a lot of our questions are based on a lot of our questions, at least for two of the categories, are based on the discussion that we just had. So as they're moving to their designated areas, I'm going to go over the rules. We have 4 topics for the Jeopardy today: tech in schools, social media and health, general tech knowledge, and women in tech. When it is your team's turn, if you look, by the way, on that Jeopardy sheet that's on each of the tables, on the back is the designation of each table and which team they're in. And I'm going to go over who your team leaders are. So make sure you know which team you're in, because when it is your team's turn, your team leader is going to be going to one random person and asking them to pick a category and a question level. And then after that person picks the question, that team, and only that team, we're not doing like a stealing thing here, only that team will get to answer that question. If you think you have the answer, just raise your hand, and the first person to raise their hand will get a chance to answer the question. If they're right, your team will get that many points, and the person with the right answer will get a little small gift that we're passing around. If the answer was not right, we're just gonna pass on the question and no one's gonna get any points. And remember, if you don't know how Jeopardy works, the more points a question is, the harder that question is. And then if no one raises their hand to answer a question after 30 seconds, then I'm gonna do like a last call if anyone just wants to attempt. And then after that, we're just gonna show the answer and move on to the next question. And another rule, if you attempt a question, you cannot attempt another one. You can help people at your table, I encourage you to do that, but you cannot try twice at a question. At the end, if there's a clear winner, they will be the first tables. That team's tables will be the first tables to go for lunch. Yay! You're hungry, so work hard. But yeah, so once our team leaders, can you go to your table areas? They're going to go over and then we're going to get started on the game. Does anyone have any questions about the game before we get started? Alright, now I'm just going to give the team leaders a second to get to their areas. And if you look at the team names, they are celery, broccoli, potato, and pineapple. I did not choose that. But just for to make sure no one's confused, it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Ignore the names unless you like them. Okay, are you team leaders good in place? Okay, I'm just gonna go over team 1. If you're in team 1, Mona is your team leader. She's over here. Mona, can you raise your hand?
Hi guys. So team 1, in case you didn't see on your purple sheet, is tables 4, 5, 13, 14, 21, 22, and 9. So team 1 is going to start off the game. So we have got a request for general knowledge 400.
Okay, general knowledge 400.
So anyone in team 1 can answer. Just raise your hand and I'll bring them.
Wait, let me just make sure. Was that 400 or 100?
400.
400. Okay. What is the technological term for the following? A global network of servers, each with a unique function. If you think you know the answer, just raise your hand.
Raise your hand high so we can see you.
At least attempt the question, even if you don't think you know. Okay, wait, over here.
Okay.
Internet. All right. Can we get the answer? It was a good try though. It was really close. So we're not gonna get it, but it's okay.
Okay. So team 1 missed their question, so now we shift to team 2.
All right, team 2. Your team leader is Jenny. She's over here. Jenny, can you raise your hand? Yay. Okay. Jenny, go and pick anyone to pick a question.
Okay, so the tables in my group is 3, 7, 12, 15, 20, and 23.
Yep.
Sorry, just going through here. Social media 500.
Okay, social media for 500. By how many seconds has the average attention span decreased after the increased use of technology in the 2000s?
I don't even know this one either, so.
Just try, just attempt.
Okay. I'm going. Sorry, I'm not that fast. 15 seconds.
Can we get the answer? 4 seconds. Okay. We're gonna go on to team 3. Team 3
11, 16, 19, and 24.
Just go to someone and have them.
Social media, 400.
Social media for 400. How many teens keep a phone in their bedroom during the night? What writing skill is declining fastest due to the increased use of technology in schools? This was said during our discussion. We have some answers. What was it? Person? Okay, please see. Spelling, grammar, guys, this was discussion.
Okay, we're back to Team 1 now. Team 1, any requests for categories? Okay, we have social media 100 for Team 1.
What is the most reported use of social media by teens? So what app is used the most?
No, I think the question is like, what do they use social media for?
Oh, sorry, what do they use social media for the most?
So what's the most common answer when asked, why do you use social media?
Socialization. Okay.
That's Team 1. Finally on the board. Good Team 1. Okay, now we're back to Team 2. Jenny.
Okay, who wants to pick a question?
Tech in school for 100.
True or false? Most students report that technology helps improve their grades. True. Okay, we're getting a resounding true, so we're just going to go with that. Can you see the answer? Yay! Team 3. Tech in school for 200. What is the term for the following? Adaptive learning platforms and educational software tailor instructions to individual student needs. Kind of a hard one. Does anyone want to attempt it? Maybe? Almost no answer. Wait, okay. Last call. Just anyone can just shout out an answer. AI? Okay. Are you team 3? Personalized learning. Okay. Next, team 4. Okay, team 4 wants general knowledge for 500. What is the official name for the Prove You're Not a Robot test that
website sometimes requires. They got your CAPTCHA? Okay. That was an easy one. She put that higher.
Okay, team one, we're up again. Any category? Okay, general knowledge for 300. 1 gigabyte is equal to how many megabytes? This is a math question, I think.
1,000.
1,000? We have 1,000. Yay! Yes, team one, okay. Team one is up, team one. Okay, team two.
I see over here. General knowledge 100. 200. Oops.
Okay, it's okay, we'll go with it. What is the most used device in the world?
They said phone.
Yes, okay, let's see.
You get a Target gift card.
No one's attempting women in tech, guys, that's what this is all about. Okay, team 3. Women in tech 100. Perfect. When is International Women's Day annually celebrated?
Who else should know this question?
Women in tech for 500 is what I heard. Are we going with women in tech for 500? Okay, so who was the first woman to ever serve as prime minister for a country? This is not a tech question, it's more like a women in general question. What was the answer? Thatcher? And see the answer? I'm going to be so honest, I cannot tell you what country this is for. Okay! Sri Lanka! Great, okay, thank you today. Next team, team 1. Any requests from team 1? 4? Women in tech 400. Women in tech 400. Which of the following was invented by a woman? Ballpoint pen, whiteboard, laptop, or windshield wipers? Windshield wipers! Windshield wipers!
General knowledge 200.
I heard general knowledge for 200 up here, over there, but I heard tech in school for 500 down here. Do you guys want to choose which one you want to do? Let's do 500. What percent of students spend 3+ hours per day using technology for educational purposes? 100%. So wait, what do you guys? Okay, because this is a percentage, I'll give it to you if you're close to it. Within 5 to 10%, I'll give it to you. We have some hands over here.
She said 40%.
40%? Wait, I'm hearing multiple answers. Only team 2 can answer. Only team 2 can answer. Keep that in mind. 92? He said 92. Raise your hand.
92? 92? If you get this wrong, you're kicked out.
92? Oh, man. It's okay.
Please stand up and get up.
Okay, next.
Women in Tech 200.
Which country was the first to grant women suffrage?
England.
I heard England. Steve? Okay. The leading team leader is allowed to get the points, so we're gonna give it to them. Alright. Did we add the points for that? Okay, great. Next, team 4, I believe. It wasn't added.
I can scoop for 400.
It was added. Okay, so you have one. Team 3 had 100 before. Oh, that was team 3. We're on team 4 now. This is team 4. Team 4, go ahead.
They said tech and school for 400.
Tech and school for 400. What is the most downloaded educational app? Okay, educational apps are like anything that you use for
Educational purposes.
yeah, like math, science, language, anything like that. Browsers do not count though. Browsers, you guys are not too poor.
Someone else to answer.
This is only team 4 people can answer this. We have a hand over here.
We have an answer of Kahoot.
Kahoot, okay. Oh, okay, that's supposed to say Duolingo. Duolingo.
Duolingo, the
green owl language learning app. Okay, all right, now I'm going to make things interesting because we have a pretty big lead for team 1. In the game, we're going to make the next points double points.
it's team 1's turn.
So you still, wait, we'll make it triple points. Everyone has a chance.
Everyone has a chance. So, team 1, we can break away. I can request for team 1. They're saying women in tech 300.
Women in tech 300.
Okay.
Which of the following women is considered the first ever programmer? Ada Lovelace, Edie Lamar, Elizabeth Daimler, or Annie Usually?
Okay, we have some youth answers.
Okay, we have a youth answer. We're going to go with what they chose.
They chose Ada Lovelace.
Ada Lovelace. Team 1 gets an astronomical amount of points. Let's still try, okay? The rest of the team.
Yeah, social media 300.
Okay, I'm hearing. Oh,
Yeah, you can get a gift card. So,
Social media 300.
Okay.
Social media. Okay, on average, how long do teens spend on social media every day? This is another one where if you're close, I'll give it to you. We're up to hours.
Wait, you guys, 3 hours? What about this? What about
She said 2 to 3 hours.
how much for?
I'll take 2 to 3 hours and give you like the range. Okay?
I'm really disappointed.
I don't believe you. Kayla has been very vocal. I want to give them you. Okay. They've been trying their best. Now we're going to go to team 3.
Social media 200.
All right, social media 200. What is the most used social media app for people under 18? Under 18. kids. Little kids like babies.
YouTube.
All right, we heard YouTube. Under 18 was a teacher. All right, team 4 for the last question. General knowledge. What type of light does technology emit? This is easy. Easy.
I literally talked about this.
I'm hearing blue over here. Yes, very good. I think we can all agree that the winner is. Congratulations, Team Celery. You won. Alright. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and playing along. And we're really excited. And remember, if you have any questions for the youth panel, make sure to come up and ask.
Thank you, Anuya, and thank you everyone for playing such a vigorous and lively game. Didn't look like we had too many cheaters, which is always nice when you're playing a game like Jeopardy. So Team 1 is the winner, and we'll get to that in just a moment. We want to get to our closing remarks. If we could just have everyone's attention, we'll just have a couple more seconds here to go. If we can get your attention, please. One last guest we'd like to bring to the podium. Sweta Alberta joined Still Waters Counseling as a limited licensed counselor on September 22nd. She provides counseling to adults, adolescents, child clients, confronting issues related to anxiety, depression, substance abuse, trauma, and cultural identity. Before we bring her to the stage, if I could just get everyone's attention, please. If I could just get everyone's attention, please. We just want to be respectful for our last guest here at the podium. If I could get everybody's attention, please, before we bring our last guest up. Sweta Alberta, we'd like to welcome you to the stage.
Hi everyone, thank you. I know you guys are hungry, so I'll try to make this fast. Thank you all for coming. So as we draw this remarkable International Women's Day event to a close, let us carry forth the spirit of celebration, empowerment, and unity that has filled this gathering. Today we have collectively honored the achievements, resilience, and contributions of women worldwide. But let us not confine this celebration to just one day. Let it be a continuous commitment to championing gender equality, amplifying women's voices, and creating a more inclusive and equitable world for all. Together, we can break barriers, challenge stereotypes, and build a future where every woman and girl can thrive. Thank you for being part of this inspiring journey, and please join me in recognizing and thanking the people who made today's event possible. We first want to thank Schoolcraft College for supporting us to host today's event, and providing our culinary services and staff support to help today's event run smoothly. And speaking of running smoothly, where would we be without Marie's fabulous and lending your talent and time to lead today's program. We want to extend a huge thank you to our keynote speaker, Terry Takai. Terry, thank you for sharing your time, your story, and your wisdom with our audience. We also want to thank our panelists, moderators, vendors, exhibitors, sponsors, and volunteers. In addition, we want to thank, we have a long group of volunteers. We want to thank Lalita Gambamati for her work creating our video clips. Mr. Gray for her support with live streaming today's event. Shruti Shah for providing photography. Meenakshi Sharma for lending her skills to provide media support. And the following groups, our IWD 2024 collaborators, of course, my fabulous fellow board members with Iowa, and our incredible IWD 2024 panel of volunteers on the event planning and organizing committee, especially these first-time volunteers whose many hours of work to help make this event a success. Vatsala Upadhyay, Gargi Shah, Bhani Mohan, Sukanya Ramakrishnan, Soumya Shetty, Nisha Dedia, and Meena Krishnamani. And a special thanks to Supriya Man and Nick for helping us promote this special event. Finally, we thank our family and friends for cheering us on during the many hours spent coordinating and planning today's event. And of course, we thank all of you, our attendees and guests. So let's all go forth and keep striving for progress today and every day. Thank you again, and God bless you all, and go have lunch.
Hi, welcome to Dragon U TV. We're at International Women's Day 2024 conference. With me is MAPAC Chair Aisha. Aisha, first of all, introduce yourself first to our audience.
Sure. Hi, my name is Aisha Ghazi Edwin, and I'm the chair of the Michigan Asian Pacific American Affairs Commission.
So you come to this event, you were a sponsor. Tell us how you feel about this event.
I think this is a fantastic event. It is a great example of how we need to do coalition building. Here we have organizations that represent Indian women, represent the Korean community, the Thai community, and for MAPAC to be a part of it is a real special honor.
So what is your message to APIA community, particularly for women out there?
For women out there, I would say my message is keep going for positions of leadership. We need to find a seat at the table. And if a seat isn't given to you, bring your own chair. It is so important that we as Asian American women see ourselves as CEOs, as politicians, as leaders. It sends a real message to our children that they too can be in those same positions one day.
Thank you so much. Lastly, just tell us MAPAC mission.
The mission of MAPAC is to uplift the diverse Asian American communities throughout the state. So we are 21 members appointed by Governor Gretchen Whitmer. All of us are leaders from different communities. And we're here to really uplift our culture, our diversity, and the policy issues that affect us.
Thank you so much. That was Aisha from MAPAC, and we'll be back. Hi, welcome back. This is Dragon TV. We're live streaming here right now. Now we'll bring up here, it's a group of audience. Let's ask them what they feel about this conference. How do they think of this conference? Okay, start from you. First, we'll do introduction of yourself to our audience.
I'm Srilata. I work at GE, and it was a pleasure being here at this conference.
Hi, my name is Sirisha Marla. I'm a digital transformation lead at GE Aerospace. I really like this conference. This is my first time here. I like the energy. I like the powerful messages that all the panelists and then also keynote speakers that said. But what is more impressive about is everyone brought themselves genuinely. I like their authenticity, and then just like my friend Danya was mentioning that, right, you see multiple levels of diversity, right? You have people of different age groups, different cultures. Everybody's so comfortable in their own skin, representing their ethnicity, moving around the tables. That is something that you don't see anywhere. And then really, really great job, Asia India Women's Association, and I'm so glad to be here.
All right, let's come here.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Danya Menon, and I'm with Ford Motor Company in the connected vehicle data space. But I actually also am one of the collaborators and one of the event helpers as well, along with the audience. So that's, it's very interesting because I can see it from both angles. I started off as a participant last year, and that was my first year. And then I decided that I will come back, and help out or be in the audience. So I think the biggest takeaway from me is I think I resonate with whatever both of them said, the diversity and then the inclusivity and then the youth panelists. So the youth panelists did a great job. They did a lot of research into what they wanted to talk. Very important topic, social media and technology, which is not going to go away. And women in tech are the next big thing. So I truly resonate with them. And then we ended with a fun Jeopardy game, which I think everybody enjoyed. So that was really, really nice. So I really wish IVA and every other organization all the success and doing this better even next year.
Great. Let's come here. We have one of the organizers, main organizers here. Okay, introduce yourself.
I'm Veena Devarkonda. So I am Asian Indian Women's Association Vice President. So this is one of our signature events. We are doing it since 2008. So our motto is, our vision, our mission, what we say is we want to help the women to grow and speak their voices. We want to make sure that we network and mentor whatever is required for women to grow in tech industry, in every industry, because we want to represent women because as we said, as one of the panelists today said, we are 50% of the population, right? We need to represent ourselves so we can make a better future, partner equally, and work with our men allies equally, and just make a better world to live in.
I think you forgot to say something. Huh?
Yeah, I'd like to add that I really love the messages each speaker and panelist gave in this conference. And really the message to take away is you have to bring your own chair, you have to stand up for yourself, and you have to empower yourself and also help others in doing that, in standing up for themselves as well. It was a really good venue to be at. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful event.
Yep, thank you. Thank you for the feedback, Srilata, Shirisha, and Danya. I really appreciate, because we always do, but we need that feedback, right? How we did the event go? Did we do good? Did we inspire? So this is definitely a good program for us to keep going. It's been going for 20 plus years now, so that you can understand how passionate the women who are behind in this organization. Running an organization for 2 decades, definitely you need some passion there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, thank you. We'll be back. Hi, we're back. Here we're live streaming right now. Come here with my dear friends and my co-host of APIA News Network, and also API Voice. Of course, one of the advisors for our Dragon Go TV. Most importantly, today, Grace is one of the panelists. And I want to ask, I think Grace, probably you don't need an introduction. Everybody knows who you are. And I just want to ask you, what is your takeaway today from this event?
There are a couple of takeaways. First, it's great to see women from all different cultures get together. We have about over 250 people attended today, and to celebrate the women's contribution and to the community. Second, our discussion today is focused on innovation and how women can improve and get more involved in that field. And we need to do a better job to educate our kids, to let them understand. Women, don't be afraid of STEM. We can make a difference and we can do the job. So,
your speech, it was fantastic. We all enjoyed it very much.
Thank you very much. And I just want to repeat a couple things. First, get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid of failure. They're only going to make us stronger, smarter, and we can continue to grow and be successful.
Thank you. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Welcome to Dragon Go TV again. We're back. Here with us is one of the panelists, and I let her to introduction yourself.
Hi, my name is Gunjan Singh, and right now
you can
talk. So right now I am in a company called Harman. Actually, not many people know Harman, but if you have a JBL speakers, if you go to the stadiums and you have those speakers, this is what we make. So we are a JBL company. So we have the JBL brand name, and I'm the vice president of engineering there, and I've been there for 15 years. So yeah, that's the short introduction.
I want to ask you, what is the significance of this event to our community, particularly to women out there?
Yes, very good question, first of all. I think our community, we come from different backgrounds, we come from different countries, right? And then we have to adjust to the culture, right? We have to adjust to the culture, and then we have to adjust to the corporate culture. 2 cultures we adjust to, right? And so, at that time, I find that sometimes we may get lost, right? What is our true identity? So just to be there and maintain our true identity and yet go and rise in the organization and corporation, I think when you hear and see more people like you think you can do it. So it's very important for the communities to come together, to bring those examples, to see it has been done and it can be done again.
So what is your message to women out there that are still trying to hide themselves?
So my main message, as I said, if they heard the panelists, that, there is nothing to be afraid of, right? You yourself, you have to get the confidence, and you don't really have to bother about others. It is all about you, not about others. So get up, go there, and show up, right? Whether it's a meeting or an interview, whatever it is. And if you're feeling a little bit doubtful, find a partner, right? We call it lean in. Find a mentor group like this. Find people around here, network with them, and see what your problem is. There's some solution out there, right? But just don't stop. Don't stop showing up. Is what I would just say.
Very good advice. Don't stop. Don't stop showing there.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
participating.
Thank you. And this year's is Inspired Inclusion, the IWG.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is- So inspired
It's
inclusion.
getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're back again with one of the organizers from a Korean community. First, we introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, my name is Jessica Wiskowski. I am from Korean American Women's Association of the United States. And then I'm a national president.
So I know you've been participating in this event for a long time.
Yes.
So first of all, tell us, what do you think? How do you think this event? How important this event to our community?
Well, this event is very important, especially we as a woman. We back then, usually woman is just a housekeeper and then raising children. But nowadays, a lot of women is in the workforces, and then not only the technology, and then all the other accounting, all these companies, we women is competing with men's, and then we have a lot of women, and then we should embrace our talent and then be together, and then not only educating children, and then also we are working hard in the workforces.
What is the difference from this event compared with the past, since you're participating for so many years?
Right. So I've been participating in 2008, since 2008. At the time, we started with a small organization and then small collaborators. But now this is a 2024. We have so much crowded, so much peoples, and then acknowledging about the importance of this International Women's Day, and then also women's quality and then talent.
Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you so much. You have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be back. Hi, I'm back again from Dragon Eagle TV. We're live streaming here with the International Women's Day 2024 conference. With me, a group of youth leaders here, and they had a panel discussion, youth panel discussion. That was fantastic. So first of all, I'd like you guys to introduce yourself.
I'm Mona. I'm a junior at Salem High School.
Okay.
I'm Akshay Priya. I'm a senior at Plymouth High School. I'm Anuya. I'm a senior at Canton High School.
I'm Anika. I'm a junior at Plymouth High School.
Okay, let me quickly ask you guys, what is your takeaway of today's event?
Yeah,
Who want to come?
I can start.
All right, come here. I'm coming here.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was about initiative. Like, it's so important for us to take advantage of the opportunities. As limited as they might be, we have to take advantage of every single one, and you have to take risks sometimes and just trust that you have the capabilities
you can
for
see
it.
the camera. Yeah,
You have
go
to
ahead.
just take risks sometimes and trust that you have the capabilities to do whatever and not limit yourself.
Right, very good point.
I agree, and I just think that it's important to know that your voice will be heard, and that your opinion is important no matter who you are.
Very good. Look at this young leaders.
Yeah, adding on to what they were saying, since this year's focus is really technology, we really want to take initiative in technology and not be scared of it. Even if technology is constantly changing, it's so vast of a topic, we really want everyone to embrace it and take that step forward and be bold.
Very good.
Yeah, I agree. Technology is such a big part of what we do now, especially for like kids in school, and then women in general haven't been in the technology industry as much. So it's important that we like step up and take initiative in that area as well.
One question I really like to ask you guys: do you guys all use TikTok?
We do. I think
I don't have TikTok.
You know,
I do. Yeah.
how many followers you have?
Oh, I don't post, so I don't have any.
Oh, so you just watch.
I have some, but like they're just friends that I have that so we can share videos with each other.
What about you?
Same thing. I don't post anything, just like my friends.
So you guys talk about the banning TikTok. So what do you think the impact would be for as community if really TikTok to be banned?
I think there would really be a decrease in the community being able to express themselves. You can learn a lot from TikTok. There's certain like communities within TikTok itself, like cooking communities, like makeup, hair, like so many things. And without TikTok, I think all that would be taken away, and you can't have these of exploring all these different subjects and fields. That's my take.
Right. What about you?
Yeah, I think TikTok is like a big like downtime for a lot of teenagers where they can just relax, but and it's like a way for them to share relatable things with their friends. So without it, I feel like there'll be less engagement within like a lot of friend groups and things like that.
I do think that engagement would change, but I also think that there'd be a really quick recovery of people would just quickly move to a new social media platform. I anticipate it being Instagram if some new app doesn't come up, but I think there'll be like a break where there might be a pause in communication, but people always find a way to find a new platform to share stuff on. So it would be bad, but I think that as a community, they would find another way to communicate as well.
I agree, and I think it's really important, kind of what Anuya was talking about, that they're going to move to a new app, and it's just a question of what will the app be and how will that affect the whole kind of dynamic that's found on all social medias.
Thank you so much. But lastly, I really like you guys send a message to group people like you guys.
Yeah. I think youth is the next generation, where the people that are inheriting all this technology and these advancements. So it's important for us to take the reins on it and make it what we want it to be, rather than letting the technology and the advancement control what we decide to do in the future.
I agree, and I think it's important to make sure that we are not taking advantage of technology, and we're making sure that you're behaving in an ethical and responsible way while using it.
Okay, and here we go.
I really think it's just important to not be afraid. They already touched base on this, and we already talked about it a little bit. Just being able to put your foot in the door and take risks, and really, if you're a minority, whether you're a woman or a racial minority or your sexual orientation, any of those communities, just be yourself and don't be shy to put yourself out there and accomplish what you're capable of. That's really
very good.
I think we have a lot of control of what the future has to offer. So definitely it's up for us to like have a say in what we do with technology and how we implement it and how we use it in our daily lives, and also improve our ways too.
Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you
Good
so
luck
much.
for everything.
Thank you so much for having
Thank you.
us.
Let's all look at the camera together. Cheese. We're back with somebody from Hmong community. First, will you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is. Oh, thank you. My name is Becky Moa. I am the president of the Michigan Hmong Women's Association, located in Warren. We serve the Hmong community and our fellow Asian American as well.
What is your mission of your organization?
Our mission is to uplift women and youth through leadership, civil engagement, and build cultural awareness of the Hmong community.
Is this the first time you participate in this event?
I actually participated in this event a long time ago.
As an organization?
Yeah. As an organization, yes. As an organization, this is my first time.
Yeah. So what is your takeaway of this event?
My takeaway of this event is the great messages that were passed on by not just the keynote speaker, but our panelists as well. And I want to express the amazement that I saw with our youth panelists as well. They were so amazing.
Yes.
And can't wait to leave my future to them. But I really like the message today. We weren't just talking about technology or women in technology, but we were talking about gender equality and in the workforce for any women. And I love the message that was be bold, be confident, and bring your own chair and find a good support system. And I think that's a message that a lot of women, not just women in the workforce, but business owners, that they need to hear.
Thank you so much. Thanks for participating.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Dragon Eagle TV, and we are at the International Women's Day Conference 2024. Here with me, it's one of the community leaders, veteran community leaders from CAPA, past president of CAPA. CAPA is the one of the co-organizer of this event. Organization. So, Lito, first of all, I'd like you to introduce, I know you wear so many hats, introduce yourself first.
Okay, I'm Yumiro. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a counselor of Asian Pacific Americans Advisory Board. I'm just placing in her.
I'm on the CAPA board.
Again.
Representing CAPA.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also I volunteer my time at the Korean Community Center, it's Cultural Center, as executive director currently. And I'm previous employee of Pfizer.
Okay. Question. What is the significance of this event to the community, particularly to women?
It's tremendous because when you're talking about International Women's Day, you know, we are talking about celebrating women, but it's more of how we are position ourselves currently in our society. And so today's keynote speaker was a very, encouraging all the women to stand up for what they know and don't count themselves too low, and if they want something, they should try and be brave. So I think there was a very good speech, and also people who came here should think about those when they go back to their own business world or their organization. It's not only the profit organization, but not-for-profit. Sometimes people come and get those skill set from not-for-profit because it is not really something that is related to your pay raise or who you like from your boss, but you can actually freely explore your quality of skill sets and also try with the innovative ideas. So I think it's very good.
Particularly leadership. Like
exactly,
you were in leadership in Pfizer.
Yeah.
So you brought that into the nonprofit organization.
Exactly.
That's all we do.
That's right. So we also need to share what we know and share with the younger people and what they need to behave and do things to improve their positions. Not just only the promoting themselves is important. It is more of you gain experience and how you can actually contribute to society and as well as yourself. Because when you're helping other people, you actually help yourself. So that is a very important point I thought that we wanted to share. So this is a good event. Definitely.
Very good points.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for participating. Thank you.
Thank you.
So united, way strong.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, very much. We just have to help each other and help the youth, and you have to also guide youth. So what you know, and you pass on to our future generation, so they can also learn from different facet of their life, and then they can actually implement to where they're going. Yeah,
that's what you said. A very good example of that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. Thank you for watching Dragon Eagle TV. We are at International Women's Day 2024 conference. Here with me, a group of beautiful women. Let's start to do the introduction. Okay, and we had a successful event today. And I like to, those people here, they are the drive of this event. So we have a very, very good and successful event today. And I'd like them to do introduction yourself first.
My name is Meghna.
Well, I'm going to do this.
Hi.
Okay, why don't we do that? And remember, we're doing live. So pass on this. So I think probably I'm going to hold this one. Okay, just go ahead.
Hi, my name is Meghna. And
Here, to the camera.
Hi, my name is Meghna. And we run a mobile Medicare B physical therapy clinic.
Okay. And to go to the camera.
Okay, my name is Vatsala, and all I'm here for is the excitement.
No, I think this person, you know, if I want to say something, eventually we'll meet in person because we are at the meeting every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. And this person is the main person to host the event every night. And hat off. Thank you so much. And so make this event happen. All right. So say again your name.
Vatsala Upadhyay.
So which organization you're from?
I am from the World Organization.
Very good. Okay. So now you're part of the Dragon Good TV APIA News Network.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. This one. Okay.
Hi. I'm Lalita Kamampati, and I'm representing ASCI, which is the American Society of Engineers of Indian Origin, and also My Family Services.
Oh, very good. Okay, here.
Hi, I'm Namrata Rajiv. I'm representing heartfulnessinstitute.org.
All right, this one.
Hi, my name is Sukanya Ramakrishna. I'm representing Asian Indian Women Association. Thank you.
There you go. Come here, come to the.
Hi, my name is Gagan, and I'm representing Women in Technology.
I'm Bindu, representing Women in Technology.
All right, here.
I'm Veena Devarkonda, representing AIWA, Asian Indian Women Association.
Oh, this one need to come forward, okay? The Vice President, and this is the person we're meeting every Wednesday night.
Yep.
And to make the one of the main persons to make this event happen. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
for your
Lisa.
efforts.
Thank you.
All right, this person. Okay.
I'm Bharti Bhavsar, one of the co-founder of Asian Indian Women Association.
Oh,
And she's
wonderful.
the reason we all got to eat today. Such wonderful food.
Oh, how was the food? The food is good. Good, very good. So everybody contributes their parts. Okay, this person, okay, like again, first, this person is every Wednesday night. Okay.
Sudha Murthy, Asian Indian Women's Association, and I have to say, I've gone to India for a couple of months, but for every volunteer stepping in here and Dakshabin, like shepherding everybody, and Veena, we wouldn't be here. And thanks to Lisa for helping us broadcast all this and bringing all the energy. Thank you.
Our job is to elevate your voice. Okay.
Thank you.
Amplify your voice.
I'm Gargi Shah. I'm representing Asian Indian Women's Association.
Indian Women Association strong.
Hi, I'm Shaila Kasarla. I'm representing Women in Technology.
All right. Women in science.
My name is Ajita Suryadevara. I work for Ford Motor Company, representing any women in IT, women in technology. I'm an engineer, so I represent any IT person.
Engineer. Very good. Another woman in science. Okay.
Hi, I'm Shobha Patanjali. I'm representing Women in Technology.
Oh, very nice.
I am Anita Bomanaveni. I'm representing Women in Technology and T200 and other technical organizations. I'm also from Ford.
Lots of Ford people, huh?
I'm Niru Pacharia, and I'm representing Asian Indian Women Association. Thank you.
You're one of the founders too, is that right? Founder. So we would not be here without you guys. This is not the person. All right. Okay. Come on. Maybe, I leave you last. All right. Okay. Let me do this first. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Jyoti Jadia, and I'm one of the co-founder of Asian Indian Women Association.
All right.
And as far as Wednesday night, every Wednesday meetings, I was absent for sure, but I was informed by Dakshabin and the team afterwards. So I'm the after hours informer,
Doctor, yes. All right. Okay.
Hi.
Here again.
Yeah, here I am again. I've given my introduction. I am woman in technology. My name is Kunjan Singh.
One of the very good panelists.
Thank you.
Panelists. All right, Daksha. Here you go. So, clap. Like round of applause. First of all, okay. And every Wednesday night, the funny thing is, he saw me. He said, "Lisa, nice meeting you. We have been meeting every Wednesday night. Never met before. This is the first time we met in person." I was so impressed, and I could not believe. And look at her energy. Is that right? Yes. Do some introduction yourself, because very hard for me to tell audience. I would like you to say a few words here.
Okay, my name is Daksha Pandit. I'm from Asian Indian Women Association. I'm one of the founder and also a board member right now. We have organization since last 25 years. Group of women started it. We are the first generation that came from India, and we are the first Asian Indian Women Association in Metro Detroit area. International Women's Day has been celebrated. Celebrated by a lot of Asian Pacific organizations like CAPA that you represent. And we have been doing that for last 20 years. Our IWD meeting, International Women's Day meeting, has been going on since January.
Actually, September.
Yes. September. Okay.
I know you brought lots of organizations together. I'm the one you brought in.
I know. Well, we brought a lot of organizations like a Korean Women's Association, Council of Asian Pacific, Dragon Eagle TV. We used to have it. Filipino community. This year they are not part of it, but we need to have a lot of Asian organization. We had been meeting every Wednesday, and the group of women, we had 20 participants in our Zoom call, which was very impressive. It showed that how much women are willing to participate in this kind of in putting an event together. This year we included youth, and the youth are the one that also participated, all of them, and be part of it, which was really impressive with their schoolwork, their extracurricular activity, but they were there. And as you noticed today in the program, that they did an excellent job, which was as a matter of fact, our passion to bring them out. And I think next year we will do more about them. Youth is the one who's our next generation, and we should get them going here, and we should help them and bring them into the limelight.
So, as we're looking forward next year, so if you can tell the audience, tell our community there, what is your message?
Well, the message is that let's all women get together, have an empowerment, have a leadership, have any activities that we all like, do it together, do some educational, so do some fun things together, and let's all get together and just celebrate the International Women's Day. Celebrate women. Let them out of their little nest that they're sitting in the house or doing something. They need to get out. They need to be part of it.
So that let's celebrate the power and the grace of a woman everywhere. Happy International Women's Day! Yeah! See you next year.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Thanks to Dragon Eagle TV. By the way, lastly, please subscribe to our channel, Dragon Eagle TV. Go to Dragon Eagle TV and subscribe to Dragon Eagle TV YouTube channel, and you will get to be notified for our new program, particular for this program. Thank you so much for watching. See you then.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's come in together. Let's come together. We come last the photo.
Dragon Eagle TV.
Let's do one more time. The Dragon Eagle TV.
Dragon Eagle TV.